Wisdom is not automatic. Let's read it. Job 32:9. Great men are not always wise, nor do the aged always understand justice. Now that's bold. Those words were spoken by Elihu, the youngest man in the room. He had just listened to Job's three older friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, Zophar, talk for chapter after chapter. In that culture, age meant authority. The older you were, the wiser you were assumed to be. But they were wrong. They believed in what's called the retribution principle. If you suffer, you must have sinned. Job was suffering. So, in their minds, Job had to be guilty. Case closed. But Elihu stepped up and said something revolutionary. Wisdom is not guaranteed by age. Understanding justice is not guaranteed by status. Then in the verse above, Job 32:8, he says, there is a spirit in man, and the breath of the Almighty gives him understanding. In those words, wisdom doesn't come from wrinkles, it comes from God. This lines up with Psalms 119:100, where the psalmist says, I understand more than the aged, because I have kept your precepts. Obedience to God produces insight. Relationship, produces revelation. Let's bring it home. Don't assume someone is right because they're older. Don't assume someone is right because they have a title. And don't assume you're wise just because you lived a long time. Yes, gray hair is a blessing, but it's not a guarantee of discernment. So stop. Wait a minute. Let me put some Jesus in it. Wisdom must be pursued. It must be prayed for. It must be rooted in the Holy Spirit. And for the older generation, stay humble. God can speak through the young. For the younger generation, stay submitted. Passion without God's Spirit is just noise. The book of Job was written to answer one of life's hardest questions. Why do the righteous suffer? And when God finally speaks out of the whirlwind in chapter 38 through 41, he doesn't explain Job's suffering. He reveals his sovereignty. But true wisdom isn't knowing all the answers. It's trusting the one that does. So today, don't chase clicks, don't chase status, don't chase likes. Chase the breath of the Almighty, because great men are not always wise, and the aged are not always understanding to justice. Read the verse again.